Everybody say Kemet, Kemet, Kemet is the place where everything came from. Kemet was the place where everything got centralized, mastered, and made into a high science. We had pyramids all throughout the Sudan. Jehovah, really, Jehovah proper, the way it's used, because the Torah is really magical. It's a magical text. None of the people existed. You cannot create. The only way you can say you are a descendant of somebody is if you was born in the month that one of those tribes they talk about. If you were Scorpio, you from the tribe of Dan. You understand? That's how your, whatever tribe you is, whatever. That's what you from. It's not about coming from the loins of nobody in that book. The book is a book that twists, turns, modulates, and creates this reality. And it does so because what we have here is 2 dimensions, but what you have is the ability to take 2-dimensional space and make it a 3-dimensional reality. And the way you do it is by being Jehovah. But you have no choice but to be Jehovah because you are Jehovah, because Jehovah is your 4 senses. And Jehovah is also the 4 worlds. So now we're going to get into some tree symbolism. So now let me lift this up. Then we're going to get into alphabet. Now we see the drawing and the motif fits right in. Right? Now see the tree of life. Right, thank you, Tom.
You're going low again.
He's going in on it. Impressive, man. What's your sign, Jack? Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. I'm a Scorpio too, Jack. Now, here we go. Here we have Ein Sof Or, and we see it's an anagram. It's very interesting that astrology is our only religion, man. Mercury is in retrograde in Scorpio. And I got 5 planets in Scorpio. My little brother has 7 planets in Scorpio, and we born on the same day. So we are the quintessential Scorpio. So when stuff goes wrong, it's really spiritual. You know what I'm saying? It's not. That's why I love Bobby's information, because Bobby makes it relevant to what you think is going awry is really your spiritual development. You know what I'm saying? So in the motif, we have separated this story in 4 different ways, but each of the 4 different ways are 4 different worlds. So now I'm skipping, and I'm assuming everybody has been reading the Kabbalistic information, because the tree don't work unless you add the 4 worlds to it. There's no sense in just sitting with a tree of life without taking the key and cracking it and separating it into 4 distinct worlds. Now the way this world came into existence is that entities or existences of higher dimensionalities created worlds beneath them, endowed those entities or worlds beneath them with a degree of ignorance. That degree of ignorance becomes a chaos that needs to be filled by the volume of something. That volume is your attention. We live within chaos, and we are putting all the pieces back in order. We live in a world where all the puzzle pieces is just thrown on the ground, and we're all trying to put it together. Then we create worlds beneath us so we can be subservient, so entities can be subservient under us. Then those entities create subservient entities below them. So there's a descending hierarchy, and in every spiritual system, they always have you calling on the deities, the forces, and the powers of the lower realms first, then the second realm, then the third, and then the fourth. That's one way. And then when you want to bring down work, you start at the top and you bring it down. Now in Kabbalah, the top world is occupied by one Sephiroth. That Sephiroth is called Kether. Now, Kether, the word for Kether, its term in the highest realm of Atziluth is Ahia. Ahia means what?
I will be.
I will be. Now, check this out, because Kabbalah is also math, high-level math. Check it out. Peace, King. Brother Asir, get Brother Asir one that I can. Now, we have, in Atziluth, we have Kether, which has a dot in the very center of it. Now, what does Kether mean? Kether is spelled like this. Kaf, Tau, Resh. Now, we're going to get into the Hebrew, because I left a system. I want everybody to write this down as to how to remember the archetypes. Now, here we have Kether. Kether means circle. It's translated in English to mean crown, but it means circle. Now, Kether equals, this is 20. This is 400, and this is 200. So we have 620, right? Is what it equals. Now, when you do the math, 414 adds a number to it to become Kether. 414, which is Asar, adds a number to himself in order for him to make himself manifest in the form of the primordial beginning, the place of swirlings, the circle. What's the number that he added up? Let's do the math. Because we want to make 414 become 620. Right? 414 plus 205 equals what?
260.
206. 206.
206 equals 4 and 5.
206. Excuse me.
4 and 5 is 9.
Excuse me. Well, this is the method that I use to figure out numbers. Here goes 414. Here goes 620. Here goes 414. Now, how do I get the number that I'm looking for? This is what I do. This is what I do. Look. This is what I do. This is my reread method. For real. This is the fast.